So my challenge is actually the music industry. The music industry is a common path for artists to try to get a record deal. They want a 360 deal in ownership of your name and likeness. So they offer bad loans disguised as record labels, or disguised as record deals. They can surely shelf you if they please. So they basically own you.
We are live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Hello. We're starting. Miss Barbara. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to 1 Million Cups. If you have not done so yet, please aim your camera at the screen up here and use the QR code to check in. That lets the Kaufman Foundation know that we are active and we've got a lot of members coming and joining us every week. Thank you. What did, oh, okay. All right, so the mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all new and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. Basically, come join and you don't have to do this alone. Thank you. And we work on this mission through a consistent program for each of our 1 Million Cups presenters nationwide. There are 1 Million Cups all over the country. And with this little map here, these are all of us in the Southwest. As you see, we're the only one in New Mexico, which, as Paul always says, makes us the best. I keep hearing some whispers about Las Cruces, but I'm not sure if that's happening yet or not. If you end up traveling anywhere around the country and you're available at 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning, feel free to drop into any of the other ones. You can also present virtually. Last week, we actually had a virtual presenter from Florida, so it's kind of nice to be able to know what's going on around the country. So the key pillars of a presentation here is that it's a presentation, not a pitch. With a presentation, we want to know who you are, why you do this business, what your challenges are, and how we can help you. We're not here seeking funding or donations. We want to work on authentic connections and networking. We're not just going around and dealing business cards. It's who are you? What are you doing? How can we help each other? And again, run for the community and by the community. We are all volunteers and get a lot out of it and enjoy the work that we're doing. And hopefully you guys enjoy and appreciate it back. And then really important, we're radically and intentionally inclusive. Everybody is welcome, all types of businesses, all types of people. Lots of stuff up there that kind of repeats everything that I've said. But most importantly, we want to know what the community can do to help you. Again, we're national, it's all over the country, and it takes collaboration from each one of us. Please apply to present if you have not yet done so. And if you have presented to us in the past, and it's been 6 months and you've had some new updates, Mercedes came up and gave us a beautiful update a little while ago. So we want to know how things are going and did the feedback that we give you work and what else are you struggling with now and how can we help you there? So the way it works is you go here and you apply. You have to fill out an application. The website's a little bit challenging. So if you have any issues, you can ask any one of our organizers and we can help you. And then we'll assign you a coach and get you started. So these are all of our organizers, our volunteers. So Paul is covered up there. There he is. So Paul with Equiseek, Lisa Atkins, COO here at Fat Pipe and over at the Bioscience Center. Eric Renz Whitmore is probably up in Santa Fe. Hopefully he's online watching today. Me, Danielle Slupeski. I'm an end-of-life coach and death doula with Conscious Crossroads. Sonia Dewing, a publisher, and she's got her own company, Plot Duckies Publishing. Excuse me, Sonia. And Kiko and Oscar with Legacy Family Documentaries. There we go. And thank you again to all of our sponsors. Most importantly, Fat Pipe for hosting us for 10 years now. Foundation for Sustainable Living provides our coffee. Dry Heat Photography. Deanna is not here today, but she's usually taking fantastic photos of us. So we've got at least catharsis here, and so we can watch ourselves on TV later. More Than Organized, Miriam Martisi Pino, thank you for the creamer. Noventum Custom Software, providing our Girl Scout cookies today instead of donuts. Thank you for Thin Mints. Minuteman Press, providing our little cards for check-in and all of our printing needs. And who am I missing?
Beyond Energy.
Beyond Energy, energy drinks. It was actually really interesting that the herb that's in there, I had just listened the day before to a podcast with a neuro biologist talking about that herb.
Yeah.
And how important it is for the dopamine cycle. And then he showed up with those and I was like. All right, and so thank you very much for joining us. And again, join our bit.ly account there with that link. And I'm going to pass it off to Lisa to introduce our presenter for today.
Yes, let me get his slides ready. But first, let me introduce Thierry Milleray. And we have a special surprise today, something a little bit different and unique. So I wasn't his coach, Sonia was his coach, so I really can't tell you much about him yet, but he's gonna introduce himself and tell us all there is to know about his business.
Sounds good. Thank you
So
very much.
here's
Which
your
button do I press
advancer.
to change?
The right arrow will advance. Now, let me get the screen ready for you. I'm gonna try to put this at the top so everybody can read it, and then we'll make your slide deck active.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna step away and take pictures, and you are on.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a treat. Well, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Okay. So I'm going to start the presentation with a song that teaches about out-of-body experiences, OBEs, called Love Frequency, the OBE song. I'm a body sleep, every mind awakes, as a physical in the theta state. Thank you, Mr. Moreau. I say humbly, journeys out to the place, technique, guide to called the frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. Good, I could energy, the frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. It's a beautiful journey. I'm the teacher, you the student. I'm a teacher how to do this. Lie down, head on, eyes closed, every moment till you sleep in your time check. Open my Shabbat, that's the name of the divine. I ain't nothing, I roll your eyes back and go in deep meditation. When the senses fade, there's a vibration. Wait for it, loud like an earthquake. Yes, that's it. When you start to hear it, you pull it in. Head to toe to head, up and down again. Feel that warm sensation. Background, his sound called vibration. Told tell sign that you have made it. Reach your hand down, turn 180. What you're gonna see is gonna be amazing. Might take you try some time to get it right, to link the conscious mind up and take flight. Sing it, love frequency, love frequency. I wanna tap into that love frequency. The vibe, good energy, the frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. Life is a beautiful journey. Don't we know who God? They just on the other side. We all love past lives. Come back many, many times. Feel that love frequency, good vibe, good energy. Consciousness is like virtual reality. No more fear, no delusions, no more limiting beliefs. Get acquainted with yourself. Get the answers you need through local. Time, space, through eternity. Look back, look forward, look 360. The universe, my OBE university is studying intergalactic teleporting. Look around and explore, you will free to roam. Stretch back and dig a hole when you want to go. Open your focus on the physical and move the big toe, snap back, return. Hey, just like that. Remember, travel to the north and sleep to the east. Live your best life and enjoy the journey. Sing it. The frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. Good vibe, good energy. The frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that good frequency. Life is a beautiful journey. On the day when I see the creator, I'ma praise creation. His hand. Visit new worlds and new dimensions beyond comprehension. Check his hand. On the day when I see the creator, I'ma praise creation. Check his hand. Visit new worlds and new dimensions beyond comprehension. Check his hand. Say, oh, frequency, oh, frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. Good vibe, good energy. The frequency, the frequency. I wanna tap into that frequency. Life is a beautiful journey. Warning, the low frequency may cause you to purge unnecessary toxins and become sober. Merci, grand architecte de l'univers. Thank you. So good morning. My name is Terry, aka The Nasty Knowledge, and I'm the hip hop preacher. So this is my debut album, Cosmic Party. It's a story about partying, politicking, and preaching. Has 27 tracks. The album is like an audio movie. So the mission is to entertain and educate. So I'm conducting lyrical warfare against evil. I oppose Hollywood in the 3 city-states. I educate and entertain. Hopefully, I encourage people to have a relationship with God. My song Love Frequency teaches how to astral project, i.e. remote viewing, i.e. willful out-of-body experiences. Samadhi is the 8th step in the 8th-fold path in Buddhism. Samadhi is remote viewing. So note, rolling your eyes back and letting your body fall asleep is the path to having an out-of-body experience. This technique is also referred to as the Tibetan eye roll technique. So the technique works. Personally, I need more time to prepare myself mentally, but years ago I had an OBE. So I can attest that this process is real, and so can the book Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe, and so can the document written by the US military and declassified by the CIA titled Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process. So hemisphere synchronization, aka hemisync, occurs when the left brain and the right brain become in sync while in meditation. This is what happens while astral projecting. So my company, Everlasting Vision for the Advancement of Normative Standards, Evans, is named after my cousin Evans, who passed away in 2014. So he was my mentor and the one who got me to become an MC. So Mental Supreme, he held the well-known This Is 50 bootcamp competition in NYC for rappers, and it was judged by celebrities in the music industry. I received consulting from Mental Supreme in 2020. He's known for being brutally honest. He told me that my album was very good, and he told me to learn the streaming platform and your life will change. This was when my album had 9 tracks, now it has 27. In 2020, DJ Envy from The Breakfast Club, so his team gave me an 8.5 grade on the song that I submitted. In late 2022 to mid 2023, I got sciatica and couldn't work, so I worked on my music. In September 2023, I finished writing the rest of the songs, recording the rest of the songs and all the 27 tracks professionally. So my challenge is actually the music industry. The music industry is a common path for artists to try to get a record deal. They want a 360 deal and ownership of your name and likeness. So they offer bad loans disguised as record labels or disguised as record deals. They can surely shelf you if they please. So they basically own you. So my issue with them is they promote degradation of society. They are a very bad influence, and now rappers are acting demonic. Snoop Dogg's Murder Was the Case is an example of making a deal with the devil. I oppose them, and they target people like me. Russell Simmons' nephew said he did not want to sell his soul or his whole for fame. Whoa. Bob Dylan said he made a bargain with the prince of this world and the world we do not see. Whoa. Another thing, Noriega on Drink Champ said he came this close to selling his soul. I oppose all of that. So financial, I'm about $16,000 in the hole, but it's not bleeding, so I don't owe interest on that. So one of the producers, his computer messed up, and he's going to charge me $4,500 to redo 3 beats that were originally $200, plus professional studio recording time, mixing and mastering, leasing the beats from other producers, copyright submission, and ASCAP fees. So note, in all actuality, this price is decent considering Stadium Red in Harlem charged me a discounted fee of about $2,000 for one song back in 2012. So many famous rappers / Billboard top 100 artists recorded songs there. My engineer provides similar quality for a fraction of that price. I was lucky to find them. So there's an organization called the Black Genius. So Black Genius Foundation is offering a $100,000 prize for Black geniuses. I've applied numerous times, but they have never contacted me back. I basically got laughed at by Bank of America when I was trying to get a loan. And I plan to bootstrap, pay to release a few singles first, and then release the album when I finish making all payments. So strategy for making money, streaming. So I review streaming for revenue and exposure. So there's over 100 million people are using streaming platforms. So one of the issues I've come across that I'm thinking of is Amazon downloads, but maybe a $1 album. So you buy one track and you purchase the entire album. So it's a $1 digital copy for the entire album versus the conventional $1 track and $10 digital copy of the album. Other options is possibly resubmit to the Black Genius Foundation or other foundations for artists, possibly turn the album into a musical. Touring is equivalent to fan base, so music has to be released in order to build a fan base. So any advice is appreciated. Enough is enough. On this 50th year of hip hop, it's time for the good guys to fight back. Thank you very much. My contact information is themassingknowledge@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Awesome, guys. You know the drill. If you want to ask a question, let's form a line over here. When you come up, please introduce yourself. We'll also take questions from people online. Want to get us started, Miriam?
All right.
Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Miriam Ortiz Pino, More Than Organized. I love your song. I love your
Thank you
message.
so much.
I'm wondering that I used to work in the music industry,
Uh-oh.
not on the production side, on the venue side, but it's a crazy business. And nowadays I feel like you don't have to go that route. You can do it yourself.
Yes.
And there are other ways to monetize your music than just selling your music. And also the $1 for the whole album. I don't understand why people want to get their foot in the door and give things away for free if the model is already
Oh,
$10
absolutely.
for
Well,
now.
nobody would
So-
spend $10 on beat, I
Well, that's a limiting belief. People pay $10 for fries these days.
Very true, very true.
But I just want to encourage you to explore other ways artists have done things themselves.
Yes.
And definitely keep applying for those grants and things. There's just a lot of people that apply and you gotta
Keep on going.
keep being persistent.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Appreciate it.
I feel like I have a couple more ideas that aren't quite coming up,
Please,
but we'll
email
talk
me.
after.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We'll do
Thank
JP
you.
here and then I'll go online to Annie.
Let's go, brother.
Good morning, brother. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, sir.
So I'm JP. I have two small boutique businesses. One's Enchanted Lands Music, and I do soundscapes and sound baths. And the other one I'm developing called Amazing Life, which is producing wellness products into this new age that we're entering
Yes,
of
sir.
consciousness.
Yes.
And so a couple of things, I had some advice. Have you ever heard of Ari Hosted and his How to Make It in the New Music Business?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, okay, so he's out in LA. He's published a book and has he's doing like updates to the volumes, and he's kind of a master of how to like do everything online and kind of self-publish and kind of do it all yourself. And then he has the Ari Hosted's First Take Academy, and you can find him online. And anyway, he's pretty amazing. He's presented at South by Southwest, and I think he's like in the top 10, New York Times bestsellers for books.
Excuse me, can you please spell his name?
I'll send it to you, but it's Ari Hosted. And so anyways, I've been on his email for a few years, and he has amazing stuff going on. And I think it's Vo Williams that he's in his Ari's Take Academy, and he does music syncing. So that's another way of kind of monetizing on your music is I believe it's taking the class and getting certified as a sync artist, and then you submit to the different films and TV productions.
yeah.
And then when they sync your song, you get paid for it, and every time the show shows or the movie.
Oh, thank you.
So
That's a great idea.
yeah, so there's those opportunities. And then the other thing is, I was in Austin for 30 years. I started kind of my career in the 80s as working in sound engineering. And so this is back in the day when there were no computers doing it.
Yeah.
It was a mixing board and cables going to speakers. And I kind of learned the ropes in that. And then later on in 3D animation, I learned how to edit. And then that got me into music production. So I produced my first soundtrack compilation in 2012. And when I brought back to Austin, I did that here in New Mexico. Everyone was so surprised. It's like, you're a musician? We thought you were a 3D animator. It's like my secret weapon, right?
Yeah.
And if I can do it, anyone can do it. Like literally the tools are available now with software and laptops where there are people producing music and selling it, and it's all done in their little production studio on their laptop. So I would really encourage you to maybe look at that path and maybe I can help you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
And like I said, it's like in the music industry is how you described it. And a lot of the artists, they don't see any money for like the first 3 years of they go out and tour and that's how they make their money, right? And so we're in a whole different paradigm now in the world. And so there's no reason you can't do it. I wouldn't tell you to stop reaching out and trying to do all the things that you're doing, but also maybe center on being the self-publisher, self-producer. And that way you're not venting money out to these other businesses that aren't providing the result that you're looking for.
That's very good. Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So we'll talk some more, sir.
Sounds good.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Annie, would you like to ask your question?
Yes, I got two questions. One is a simple one. What does the Evans stand again for?
Evans means the everlasting vision for the advancement of normative standards.
For say that again, for the advancement of,
Everlasting vision for the advancement of normative standards.
normative standards. Okay. The second question I have is, and this is to piggyback the comment on, limiting belief. Why not do a trial? And I've seen this happen. When you do a trial for, say, 3 days and give it like a sample, and even the Kindle book does this, right? You get a preview of the book or the music, and then you have a button next to it for full purchase. So if you're interested, if you like what you see in the snippet, right, go ahead and here's the link for
Right.
$10 or $15 as opposed to giving it away. To the point of giving it away, you don't want to give it away, but maybe you just want to give a snippet and then say, here's a full album for $10 or whatever you deem is fair, right? That's, yeah.
Sounds good. Are
Just a
people
thought.
paying that much for the albums? Like, because I was thinking $1 and it's like, oh, you get all of them. Here you go.
Well,
But
and as opposed to
you know-
$1, if you just give a snippet, probably one of your best tracks for 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Because like I said,
Okay,
Kindle and ebooks are giving you like a page or 20 pages even, right?
Yeah.
And then you could buy the rest of the book. I mean, that's very common. And I've done it for a lot of your daily meditations kinds of books. And I like to see, hey, let me take a look at this before I buy. I try the 10 pages, right?
Okay.
And that's
I'll
okay.
look into that. Yes, I'll look into that. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, look into that. Maybe that'll work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you.
Hi, Mercedes with Timmy's Closet. I'm an image consultant. What's Run DMC? They're the king of rock, right?
Back in the day.
That's right. So I don't know if they have a documentary out on Peacock from beginning to end. But they made themselves the kings of rock. Nobody went, you know what, you guys should be, they just declared it. So I think that's where you need to start
Okay.
because you're different. You're separate from what they are. Well, I mean, he's Rev Run now, but you know what I'm saying. Snoop Dogg, like those guys are exactly what you were saying. They went down a different path there but I think they learned their lesson. Snoop Dogg, I'm pretty sure, has his own studio and he does probably his own all that. So I feel like it's the mixtape in the back of the trunk.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like maybe, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but you should have a YouTube channel where what you just did for all of us can reach millions of people and the right people
Yeah.
the people that are looking for you need you. So that's what I would suggest. And then there was something else, but of course now I can't think of it. But if I do, I'll reach out to you. I thought you did excellent.
Thank you very much.
I don't know, your eyes were shut, but we were snaking. Her and I were snaking over there, so you can see it. But yeah, I think you stand out. You are a disruptor. You are different. People need to see
I
you.
appreciate
People are
that.
looking for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I
Sure.
appreciate that.
Eve, would you like to say something?
I'm gonna try. I can't fix my picture where you can see me and talk. Basically, I'm hooked up with the radio business out of Texas, not here. But there's a lot of people at a place called Together Source. And you can connect by meetup.com with Together Source. Once you link in there, I'll be able to link you to all of the speakers, musicians, people that understand sound recording business. I mean, I don't work in that area, but I want to connect you. So I put evefane@gmail in the comments, and Lisa has my email. So thank you.
so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
See? Come on up.
Go ahead.
Hey, how are you? I'm Jackson, tkjpodcast.com. So just suggestions. Facts tell, stories sell. How many people know your story? And I'm saying that because yes, you want to sell an album or you want to sell music, but imagine if you gave something away for free, like your story, you found people to follow you and then offered them the music. So in other words, I'd be more willing to give you $20 if I knew your story and what was behind it than just listening to you and you expect me to give you, because it's not gonna happen,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
They
I'm
get
just shoot-
invested in you.
Yeah, I'm just shooting
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
with you, like
absolutely.
right now, cool, it's a cool song. I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
But if now I know about you, I know the story behind the name, Evans, like that's important, right? And I'm not saying the music doesn't matter, but the story is going to matter more to more people. And you will be able to touch more people with that story for free. And once you create this following of sort, then you'll have more people that will support you and willing to pay the $20 and then tell someone else to pay that same $20. So yes, I get it. You need money to sell the album, but technically you don't. People are willing to give it to you. They just don't know who you are. So take the time to build the following based on the story and the meaning behind who you are and what you do. And those people will automatically be willing to give you money just because of what you've been able to enlighten them, right? If you can enlighten my life,
Yeah.
I will pay you for it. The song is just something you're giving to me. Does that make sense?
It makes
And
perfect
that's a
sense.
longer following and it's organically established than you trying to go into a bank to get a loan to put out a song.
Yeah.
Because now you're slanging it, me, right? You're just slanging me a song. I don't want to hear it, right? I want to know your story. Facts tell, stories sell. Sell the story first because you can sell the story for free. And then just toss in, whereas like going to concert and selling this T-shirt for $100 and giving someone 2 tickets to the concert. Does that make sense?
Understand. So once
Okay.
again, facts, how's it?
Facts tell, stories sell. I will buy your story and you can give it to me for free and then toss in a shirt and I'll give you $20 for it.
Wow, that's great.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello.
Clifton Chadwick. To Miriam's point, the internet is upended business and there are so many people out there who are making their money selling merchandise and touring and developing their following through touring. I know a lot of local musicians are identifying local venues where they can perform at. So that strikes me as a place where you could begin to I believe in this current age that you can develop the following on your own before you need to get the big deal and create the following. I think you're going to do it by telling your story. And speaking of your story, though, I did want to give you one more quote for your slide.
Okay, yes.
This is from Hunter S. Thompson. The music business is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. There's also a negative side.
Thank you.
That's good. Annie wanted to follow up, just one more thing. Annie, come on back online.
I'm coming back online. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, I just want to piggyback on Ken's comment. Pack style stories sell. So,
Yes.
I use a kind of a nice tagline like there's a story to a lovely lady. Everybody knows that song is from Brady Bunch, right?
Yeah.
And then so you can come up with your own, your own funny whatever intro. And so you can tell your story at the beginning and then say, hey, here's a snippet of my song. Check it out at the end of that. And then have the full version right behind it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, so
Annie.
those are, you can kind of stack them together. So
Yes,
thanks,
I have
Ken
many
Jackson.
ideas brewing right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
I was thinking
Online.
about making TikTok.
Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
I saw just,
That sounds
Not
good.
being too political, so I'll just keep it music.
yes.
Well, yeah, keep it musical, keep it simple, man. It's all simple is good. Simple,
Thank you so
straightforward.
much.
So that's just another idea. That's all. But
I
there
love
you go.
it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Sutter with EquiSeek. I really want to lift up what Ken also said. So one of the things that makes your story interesting and makes your being held apart from the record industry interesting is in the 50 years of hip hop, they have sold people an idea that people kind of liked because it was easy to sell. And that is you're not authentically Black unless you show pathology. And they have sold that message so effectively that that's done a lot of damage to society. And your story is really different and it's against that. So I think you're going to have an enthusiastic audience for that story, and I encourage you to tell it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
So Thierry, I'll give you the chat
Okay, yes, please.
contents. I'll send them to you
Thank
because
you so
there's lots
much.
of comments in there and people are making some connections for you. Anybody
I
else
love
have
it.
a
Love
question?
it.
before
And
we
thank you
move on?
guys so very much. Like I needed information. I can write music, I can sing songs, but the whole business aspect, I played it dumb down. So any help is appreciated. Thank you.
Thierry, we have two final questions.
Yes.
Red or green?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going with Christmas.
All right.
Can I do Christmas?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I would go. And what's the one thing that this community can do for you today?
I think you guys have done it for me. Just present different information openly, so that I can start brewing and having ideas where I can say, oh, okay, like what Ken said, the sharing the story, thinking about it more so, it's like, oh, that's very true. I was never thinking about that actual aspect. It was just the music, but letting people know who I am. I didn't think my story was that interesting, but I think that's very cool. That's a different strategy of coming in with it. So I appreciate it.
I'm gonna go out of order, but I have one question.
Yes.
Danielle Slubeski, Conscious Crossroads End of Life Services. You mentioned the air preacher.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
How do you go about that? What does that mean for you? Or do you have a congregation somewhere? are you a street preacher? Like, what does that mean? What do you do?
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm the hip hop preacher. So basically, I'm the president of an organization called Yes, Yes, God Bless. So as far as it goes, I put some of my songs are kind of religious. And so that's kind of how I do it.
Okay.
So by putting it through the music. And with your organization, you said you help people who are passing through Robert Monroe's information, because I'm still a baby at his information. I just know it's real. He was talking about working with people who are dying and them learning this process so that they have an easier time transitioning and kind of like they make connections on the other side. Because I want to say this in in October of 2022, 3 people won a Nobel Prize for proving that we live in a holographic universe. So that's basically what the people in the East were saying. Now the people in the West finally connected to science, say, oh, so you are more than your physical body. So once people start realizing that and kind of getting over the fear, for me, it's the fear. When I try to do it, it's like, boo, 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 boo. But eventually you allow yourself and then sky's the limit, really. But yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
you
Yeah,
very
I'm very familiar with Robert Burrows stuff.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Thierry, give him a round.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate you coming on today. All right, so we have some newbies. Jolyn, I know is new. Come on up, Jolyn. We like our newbies to introduce themselves. There was another gentleman who, it's okay to be shy. Come on up. We're very loving. Yeah, just form a line right over here. Anybody else haven't been here in maybe over a year or you're brand new? Come on. All right, let's form a line. I'll look online and see if there's anybody else new. So we'd like you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. If you have a business, tell us about that and how you learned about 1 Million Cups.
Okay, so my name is Stephen Olvidete. I am the owner and founder of Trail 9 Outdoors. I had a patent. I have 2 patents going on, and right now Trail 9 Outdoors is starting to manufacture my patent. The reason I'm here is I'm trying to get ideas. I'm at the point where I can go into mass production, and I've depleted a lot of, I put a lot of money into it myself. I also have investors to include the Arrowhead Center down at New Mexico State, and I have three other investors. Right now, like I said, I'm ready to go into mass production, and I'm just trying to get some ideas as far as marketing goes.
Thank you. Come on up. Hi, guys. I had no idea I was gonna be speaking today, so I'm a little nervous. But my name is Leandra. I'm the owner of Lifelong Fitness and Wellness. So I just opened up my own business. I'm a personal trainer and an integrative health practitioner. So I'm just taking the steps to leave my foundation of where I've been at that gym for a really long time and open up my own. And I heard about the 1 Million Cups from a We Mean Business conference held in Albuquerque a while back. And there was a stand here for the 1 Million Cups. So I talked to somebody, got their card, and finally took that card out. And
That was
I wanna
me.
start-
And Eric.
What was you?
You guys were awesome.
Oh, okay, great. So thank you. So I got the card and finally decided I wanted to start coming to these meetings, meet people, talk to people, just be in this realm and be encouraged by everybody in this community. So, yep. Thank you.
Sorry, I lost my screen.
Hi, I'm Jolyn Baca Jacob, and I was born and raised here. That's how I know about 1 Million Cups, because I went to school with Lisa's little sister for years and years and years. I am sort of new to the entrepreneurial space. I went to the University of New Mexico to get a journalism degree, made the natural progression to singing and dancing in New York City. And then I had a baby, and my husband and I moved, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was going to reinvent myself. And I didn't have a product or a vision, but I had the drive. And so I partnered with Rodan & Field. So I'm an independent consultant. But what I've discovered through this beautiful path of entrepreneurship is exactly what you're doing right here, is the collaboration and the community and the offering of great advice. And I tell my team all the time, facts tell, stories sell. So I loved hearing that this morning. And what I've developed, because I have a journalism degree and a love for performing, is every Friday, and this is something you can think about for your musical path, I do a live chat on Instagram. It's 15 minutes. It's called Fab Friday. And I talk with fabulous females. Lisa has come and talked about 1 Million Cups. And so if anybody, it is female-based because I am a girl power believer. Any females here or that you know of that have businesses, I would love to. It's free. I get nothing out of it except the joy of supporting women. So I'd love to be connected with any fabulous females doing their businesses. So thank you for having me today.
I've lost my screen display, but it doesn't affect anybody but you guys. And you have the people in person, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Otherwise, it will disconnect the camera for Zoom.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yariv. I've been a software engineer for about 20 years now. And I'm newish to town. I moved here from California, LA, a couple of years ago. I used to work for a few big companies, work from home. I recently lost my job, and that's kind of like a good place for me to start my own journey. I've put some apps in the App Store, and my partner has a business, and we're thinking of starting something new together. And I've been looking around Reddit and asking people, and I got recommended to come here, meet the local community, and kind of thinking about where I'm gonna go next, start my own business as well, collaborate with other people, and just make some friends in town. So, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not exactly new, but I've not been here since COVID. That means I've been away for about 3 years. My name is Babajide Orishapi. I'm a filmmaker from Nigeria. And I just, my most recent film, and the first one that I'm doing in the United States, will be released in Nigeria, United Kingdom, Philippines, and here in the United States in March, at the end of March. And then we're doing the premiere this weekend. It's part of the Black History Month. It's not a movie about blacks. In fact, there are only 4 blacks there. So, but we're doing the premiere this Friday at the African American Performing Arts Center. That's me.
Nice.
Do music videos? So I will probably invite 2 or 3 people to attend. It's strictly by invitation of the premier. You put your name and number.
All right.
Thank you so much. We have someone online. I'm not going to be able to bring them up for you guys, but Miriam Torres, can you bring yourself up and introduce, please?
Yes, my name is Miriam Torres. My business is called Hiel Public Benefit Corporation. We work with women to
Can't hear
help
you very
them
much. I
to.
think because of my TV being down
Okay.
here. Put your information in the chat. She has applied to present, so we'll get to meet her soon, hopefully. Sorry about that. All right. Shout outs? Anybody have a shout out? We have some time, so anybody, come on up. You have a shout out, come on up.
Yeah, so Julie from Ascension Visio and I are doing a business after hour event Tuesday, the 27th of this month. I'll be doing a stuff that we do, and we'll do a little bit of, we don't call it working here, but where people can meet each other and kind of hand out, some information. And she's very lovely, and then we're going to do like a demo inside of her space for people. And then I'll have a coupon for people who attend. If they want a private sound bath, they get a discount. So that's going on. If you have any questions, ask me afterwards. Thanks.
Miriam, by the way, I got us back up, so I'm gonna have you introduce yourself after Marty.
All right,
Okay.
great. I was like, wait a minute, it's back on.
Yeah.
It just miraculously happened.
I got lucky.
So Ken ended up, as people have been referring to him several times about facts tell, stories sell, right? So you've been hearing about the last month, thanks to Lisa, or more than a month, that I'm doing a pilot project here called Our Community in 30 Things. So realistically, what are museums and historical societies other than great big show and tells? That's what they are. So this is an opportunity. We've had about a dozen people lend us a couple of 2 objects. And we had Deanna take some gorgeous photos, and we've got a few other photos floating in. But the idea is that you may know people quite well. You've been coming here a long time, but you may not know certain stories about them. And these objects tell an intimate story, and therefore you'll get to know them better. So I've got the photos in, I'm using a local print shop, New Mexico Fine Arts. And so they'll come in, the frames are in, they're in my van right now. And so we're gonna get this all set up, and the soft launch is after Fat Pipe after 1 Million Cups next Wednesday. So if you know people in the news, media, anything, I definitely want to talk to you. Anything to get people to come to that. Then the actual show and tell, the actual event is happening March 6th from 6 to 8 here. So where the individuals will then tell the particular stories of the things that matter to them. So thanks.
Thank you. Really looking forward to that. So I'm going to tell you a story as a shout out. How many of you remember Alex Hafez, who presented circular genomics here some time ago, right? You remember that? Well, I've been having regular conversations with Alex. And, our last conversation, I said, well, I don't really have to talk to you about how the company's going, because I can read the paper. They just closed a $9 million round. They're very $30 million. But what you have to know about this is he started the company the morning after he defended his thesis in 2021 when he was 30. And he built it from nothing to a company that has a burn rate of $500,000 a month. And when I met with him a week ago last Friday, I said, so yeah, I'm reading about it in the paper. How's it going? And he just looked at me and he said, on Wednesday, I quit circular genomics. And I did what any entrepreneur would do. I gave him a high five. And I said, bleeping A, right? And, I guess he was kind of waiting. It's like, oh, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong, man. You did it. You put it over the line. So the next time he comes in, well, he's going to sleep for like 3 weeks, okay? But when he comes in here, he will eventually, I hope. I want you all to give him a big high five and tell him congratulations for putting it over the line. So that's my shout out for Alex Hoffes, 32 years old.
Thank you.
I am Marilyn Pruitt with our Peaceful Path Life Coaching. I am the stress relief coach. No, I can't cut all the stress out of your life, but I can teach you how to deal with it effectively. This Friday, I have a 3-hour seminar on focus is on purpose, intention, and action, and how to set them to relieve a lot of friction in your life. Come talk to me if you want. It's going to be awesome. Thanks.
I just went up to Paul and said, when we're doing shout outs, is it okay for me to do an announcement? He said, no. So I'm going to shout out for Barbara Dawson with Purple Moss. Many of you in here have attended many of you have attended the weeks of authentic communication through the sales cycle. And I so appreciate you all showing up and participating. And several people have said, would you do something virtual? I live in Los Lunas. I live in New Jersey. I live in California. So I'm doing a virtual one, which will start next Thursday. I do have a flyer up here. It's a little white flyer. It's not on yellow stock this time. But if you want more information, I did it on Eventbrite. And Lisa, I must tell you, I appreciate the work your people do behind the scenes to get all this stuff up and running, because doing it is a massive job. But anyway, it's there. If it doesn't work all the way, just call me. But Barbara Dawson with Purple Mulch. This one is not free. It's $100 for the 6 weeks. The one we're doing here is free because it's a part of the Lunch and Learn series. So anyway, anybody want to do that or know someone who does? I would love to have you in my room.
All right, Miriam Torres, let's please introduce yourself.
Hi, it's nice to be with you all. My name is Miriam. My husband is actually from Albuquerque, and we've been living here for about 2 years. My business is called Hayel. You spell that Chayil, Public Benefit Corporation. And what it does is it helps women to understand their dream, their talent, who they are, and then put that into a business or a nonprofit. We do that through conferences, seminars, workshops, coaching, and mentoring. And so my business is based out of Colorado, but I've been living here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I learned about 1 Million Cups through the business center there in Colorado Springs. And so I looked it up and then I applied. So I thought, wow, this is amazing what they're doing. So it's so awesome to hear everyone and what you're doing. I'm looking forward to come there, present, and get some wisdom from you all.
Well, excited to have you, Miriam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I think we have a couple more online that want to talk. Kenneth, go ahead and unmute yourself and I will pin you. You had a shout out?
Yes, my company, one of my companies is Turquoise Trail Releasing. And we have a music division, and we were able to, we wanted to hit January running. Ryan Montano is a local jazz musician, and we recorded a song I had written some time back, and we dropped it in January, and we've had over a million streams, and I was able to place it last week in a film that's going to be coming out for the Hallmark Channel. So things are moving.
Congratulations. Wow.
I put a link up to the song in the chat. The song is called Enchantment Lands. If you watch the video, it's a kind of a time lapse of Albuquerque and the Balloon Fiesta. So that was just something to have along with the song. But we're getting good response on that too.
Congratulations, Kenneth. Anybody else? All right, Paul, it's all yours.
Well, talk about innovation. So today we witnessed the invention of the auto shout out. Thank you. It's outstanding. So I have a question for all of you. If you were born after 1972, please raise your hand.
We're gonna do some announcements.
Oh, you have announcements?
Yeah, I was gonna do events, but most people got up and talked about their event, but you didn't.
Okay, okay,
Right,
well,
way back.
hold that tension because something really good's coming.
Sorry, Danielle, I wasn't trying to exclude you.
No, anyway, hi, Danielle with Conscious Crossroads End of Life Services. Next Wednesday at Oasis Albuquerque, I will be teaching a 90-minute class about how to prepare for a conscious death and in the process, live a more conscious life. There are currently about 76 people signed up for that course, which I'm really excited about. I'm not sure exactly how much space they have, but if you're interested, the link is also in the announcements and Lisa can send that out to you. That class is $12. Oasis is a nonprofit that does adult learning, courses of all different types. So I'm really excited about this one. Thank you.
Thanks, Danielle. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for being polite. Well, that's great. I hope you get in trouble with the fire marshal for that event. That would be successful. So how many of you were born after 1972? Raise your hand. I'm raising my hand to show you how it's done. I was born well before that. In fact, I graduated high school in 1972. So we have a lot of involuntary immigrants from the past, but we have some people who were born after 1972. That's great. Why does that date matter? Anyone have any idea what's happening tomorrow? All right, we're going back to the moon. First soft landing on the moon since Apollo 17. A lot of things have changed since 1972. One of the things that's changed is it's not NASA. It's a SpaceX rocket carrying a payload from a company brilliantly named Intuitive Machines. So one of the things that's advanced is robotics. You might know the most recent Mars lander that landed in very dangerous terrain was fully autonomous because the time delay between here and Mars won't allow it to be piloted. It had to pilot itself, which it did. So I'm looking forward to that and to a future where somewhere in the country, there's some kid on a robotics team doing really well. And by the time she gets through all her training, she might walk on the moon someday. So I need you to think about that and lift up entrepreneurship in the week to come. Dream big, folks. See you next week.